It's afraid. It's afraid!
All great stories deserve a sequel, but the truly legendary ones deserve a trilogy, and we're about to Peter Jackson this Nicholas DeOrio drama up.
I hate being alive! I hate being alive! I hate breathing! I hate being alive!
In this video, I will be exclusively going over the sweeping for Ethan Klein Nicholas DeOrio has done, because I've pretty much gone over everything else in my last two videos. If I skipped over some sweeping he did for Ethan, I've more than likely already gone over it in a previous video. Let's be real here, 90% of the reason why people are turning on Nick is due to his sweeping for a Jew. For context, H3H3 has been suing a lot of his haters. At first I supported this because the only people he was suing were women, but then he started suing Noah, and most recently iDubbbz. I'm gonna get this out of the way before people start using it against me. Fuck Noah Samson, fuck iDubbbz, and fuck the rest of the Hassan Piker orbit. I've done videos on all of them already, but H3H3 is being a straight up mean girl with how he's handling them. In my last video I went over one of the reasons why Ethan was trying to sue Noah Samson. It was because he used an image from his thumbnail on Hassan Piker in his video about YouTubers who backed a genocide. If you don't want people to make it look like you're doing a based Roman salute, then don't make it look like you're doing a Roman salute in your own thumbnail. Bro was claiming he was being defamed by an image of himself. Nick skipped over this intentionally, and when he got backlash for it, he claimed it was the lawyer's fault, not Ethan Klein's fault, even though it was his lawsuit. This was bad already, but then H3H3 started suing iDubbbz. This suing attempt was so poorly handled that people started jumping off the Ethan Klein boat. For context, iDubbbz said Ethan Klein raped his own kids. He said this completely unprompted, all because he was butthurt. He got scared, believing he was about to be sued, and then apologized. But that didn't stop the brave, awesome Ethan Klein from suing him for defamation. At least that's what the average H3H3 supporter thinks happened. I know to never trust a Jew, so I looked into this deeper. Turns out it was Destiny, the most well-known debate me bro on the internet. You know, the guy who said 15-year-olds are hot.
But no, you said she sent me pictures that made it so hard. So when you saw a 15-year-old girl, you were sexually attracted to her.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Like, there are 16-year-old chicks that are really fucking hot. I was like 23 or 24.
He was the one who said Ethan Klein raped his kids. iDubbbz was just making the point. So you're suing people for reacting to your videos and for saying you backed a genocide, but not the guy who claimed that you Bill Cosby'd your own kids? Sounds to me like that claim is not defamation. It's clear to everyone who isn't a biased little pussy that iDubbbz was making a hypocrisy argument, pointing out that Ethan is going after people for doing less than what Destiny did. The reason why Ethan will not go after Destiny is because last time he did, it didn't go so well for him.
Yikes.
I now understand why Nick is backing Ethan. Pussies of a feather flock together. Ethan 100% knew this, but he still threatened to sue iDubbbz. iDubbbz is currently living in a very primitive country that hasn't even made it to the moon yet. Meaning they have less freedom of speech than the good old USA, making it not only easier for Ethan to sue Ian over defamation, but also harder for Ian to countersue Ethan. But don't take my word for it, Ethan said it himself.
If he lived in California, I wouldn't even bother threatening to sue him.
Bro said the quiet part out loud. He did this because he knew people would try to sweep for him. iDubbbz has nothing. His money is down. His reputation is so bad that he gets ratioed on just about every video. People are constantly trying to get him to break up with his girlfriend, and so much more. But here's the thing, no matter how much you're winning, there are certain lines you just don't cross. For example, beating up a blind kid, or suing a guy whose reputation is in the toilet for a bullshit reason, after he apologized for it. Ethan is currently acting like Eric Cartman in that episode where Wendy beats him up. Cartman almost got away with everything, but he just pushed things a little bit too far. Even Papa Gut, who's a moron by the way, turned on Ethan Klein because of this.
This apparently Ethan suing iDubbbz, which I could not imagine a reasonable justifier for. Especially since it's over a comment Destiny made. So wouldn't you sue Destiny? I don't know. I do know. That would make more sense. This might actually make Ethan look really bad if he can't meaningfully answer that question. Because, like, to me, like, listen, everybody keeps saying Ethan's just suing people for, to, like, bully them with money. And if you're not going to sue Destiny for the comment, but you're going to sue iDubbbz for putting up the comment, I I can't disagree anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that not too long ago, Papa Gut, Nick, and tons of other sweepers of Ethan Klein all believed that Ethan was not going to sue iDubbbz. But now he is, so they're like, ah, fuck, what do we do?
Like, what? Isn't even worth suing? Nobody, like, iDubbbz doesn't even have any credibility. So nobody would be like, oh, this is actually meaningfully destructive to your... Like, what is he suing for? Defamation? We'll find out in a little bit, but...
This is the face of a man who just realized he backed the wrong horse. You can literally hear his internal monologue. Please don't let this be about defamation. Please don't let this be about defamation. I could really go for another pizza right now. But my doctor told me I shouldn't eat 4 pizzas in one day. I think I'm gonna have another one. I'm not joking. Throughout this entire video, Papa Gut is looking around, trying to find a way he can sweep for Ethan. He knows he wants to. He wants that Jew gold, but he knows in the long run it will hurt him if he tries to sweep for Ethan anymore.
I don't think it's working anymore. Like the iDubbbz, Ethan, Hassan stuff is fucking boring, dude. It really is fucking boring. It's like we keep doing this over, and I hate to be a fucking, you know.
Well, imagine my shock. This drama got boring right around the time it became impossible to sweep for Ethan Klein. Stars align, what a coincidence. I am so sick of drama channels doing this. You know what, this drama was really fun for a very long time, but now that it's not a complete stomp for me, it's starting to get boring.
Some fine Canadian defamation lawyers that sent a letter to Anissa and Ian demanding a retraction and a halting of the defamatory statements that I molest my children. And the day after that,
okay,
the scorched lagoon was slain like smog. There was only one skill shown, and it was the threat of a lawsuit.
Cool. All right. Cool, man. You know, here's my thing. Obviously, this lawsuit's petty. It literally only exists to bully them. Fine. But, like, do you really think that we were going to get in the mud with you and be like, yeah, I love you, Ethan Klein?
Yes, Ethan Klein absolutely thought that. You and Nick are fat little piggies, and fat little piggies are well known for rolling around in the mud. Every single time Ethan Klein got in the mud, you two were there to jump in the mud with him, and once the sun came out and dried up all the mud, you and Nick pulled out your brooms and swept everything away. Papa Gut is like, I got in the mud with you 7 times, but did you really think I was going to get in for an 8th time? I'm joking. Of course it was way more than 7 or 8 times. I can't believe it took this long for Papa Goy to finally get red-pilled. At long last, he's woken up, looked around, and realized, oh shit, Ethan Klein acts exactly like people say he does.
You can't go toe-to-toe with me. So you have to do what I want you to do. This is going to make people look at all the other lawsuits, but like look back at them and go like, you know, whatever good charity you had earned, this is going to make it look bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, and that's what should happen. And if people look into those past lawsuits and realize they were also bullshit, people are also going to find out that you and Nick swept for them. Papa Gut needs to realize that he both literally and figuratively can't run away from this situation.
Sue public figures for defamation, and we have this extreme appreciation for free speech in the First Amendment. Now, let me tell you something.
This doesn't make you look good. This makes you look even more petty.
I disagree. I don't think it makes him look petty. It just makes him petty. Even now, throughout this entire video, Papa Gut is still trying to handle Ethan Klein with big kid gloves. Papa Gut's commentary is very sparse. He's kind of just sitting there with his jaw hanging open. He clearly can't believe what's happening. Or who knows, maybe he's just hanging his mouth open because he can't stop thinking about food.
Bro, Ethan's like an optic nightmare.
It's not him being an optics nightmare, motherfucker. He's just a shit person. Has a Mountain Dew really rotted your brain so much that you can't see what's clearly in front of you?
Wait, but he's apologized.
Yeah, but the damage is done.
So this apology was not, because I see people,
dude, you gotta.
They're taking this to mean that you threatened them,
No.
and that in response he's apologizing. No,
We're
just
in
doing
talks.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Dude, bad day to be an Ethan fan, huh? Dude, you're fucking whatever, man. You've fired. Okay, it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. Any theory that can be concocted that makes Ethan look as good as possible dies instantly. Like, he just says something else that just makes this worse.
Yeah, it is a bad day to be an Ethan fan, and Papa Gut was an Ethan fan, so I guess it's a bad day for him.
And now we're just not, I don't want to give away the details of our settlement because I'm way above that. Right, Dan?
You're above giving details of the settlement?
Dan, dude, you've lost Dan. You've completely lost Dan.
Danny's even on your side, bro. I love how Papa Gut is trying so desperately to act like he was not sweeping for Ethan Klein for 2 years, but I think it's a bit too late for him to distance now. Now, to give some charity, because after all, I am the most charitable man on the internet, Papa Gut does go after Ethan Klein a little bit. He's being incredibly soft about it, but at least he's somewhat pushing back.
I think I'm gonna do it, right? Because the damages, right, to my reputation.
There's no damages to his reputation. Holy fuck, dude. This is so stupid. I unironically didn't think that it could get worse. Like, I didn't think it could get more dumb and petty. Like, every single time he talks, I'm like, wow, like, everything really just leads to be like, you really just want to, like, humiliate this person. I think it's a massively disproportionate thing. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous.
However, because Ethan Klein is still on the quote-unquote winning side, Papa Gut still leaves the back door open so he can get back inside if Ethan Klein starts winning again.
Like, he can't even crowdfund for it to try to, like, do something. Bro, this really is giving fucking oppressive millionaire vibes, too.
It's not giving oppressing millionaire vibes, bro. It just is an oppressive millionaire. He's a millionaire, and he's oppressing people. It's true what they say. If you sell your soul to a Jew, it's really hard to get it back. Now, granted, if you sell pretty much anything to a Jew, it's almost impossible to get it back. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Wait a second there, Jar. I thought this was a video about Nicholas DeOrio, not Papa Gut. You're right, I really want to say more about this guy, but this video is not about him. I'm only bringing this up because even Papa Gut is going harder at Ethan Klein than Nicholas DeOrio for suing iDubbbz. Say what you will about Papa Goy, at least he uploaded this as a stream segment. Nicholas DeOrio did not. If you want to see Nicholas's coverage of this, you have to become a channel member of his. I ain't interested in giving this guy any more money. He got enough Jew gold as is. But I did see other people's coverage of this video, and it's stupidly similar to Papa Gut's video. Except for the fact that he goes even softer on Ethan Klein, saying things like, oh well, maybe he's just not suing Destiny because Destiny lives in the USA and not Canada. Or, oh geez, maybe he's not actually gonna go through with this lawsuit. Not uploading this stream segment is the literal definition of sweeping, because he's sweeping things under the rug, hoping people don't see it. Hello, editing me here. Apparently on May 24th, after a lot of the editing was already finished, Nicholas decided to upload his response to Ethan Klein suing iDubbbz. He kind of combined it with another video where he was responding to Ethan's response of his response. But yeah, he's not really backing what Ethan is doing, he's saying it's a stupid move, but he still will give the most minor criticisms of Ethan he possibly can. Like if the situation was reversed and Hassan Piker was suing people left and right, I don't think Nicholas would be even 1% as charitable as he's being right now. Every single Hassan Piker hater should be grateful that he's not acting like Ethan Klein. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the video by Kilo. This video goes over Ethan Cuck and a lot of his sweepers. The problem is the video is 4 hours long, making it longer than Return of the King, and the part about Nick doesn't start until over 2.5 hours in. At best, only half the people watching drop off halfway through the video. So of course Nick can and did ignore this video. I heard Papa Gut did a super bad debunk of it, but this video isn't about him. I already ripped off big bungee jumping in my last video, so I'll just summarize Kilo's section on Nick for all of you. Nick became big in the commentary community for being the guy with strong morals
swastikas everywhere
that he later abandoned for money and clout.
He was always one of the most outspoken creators about things like targeting sponsors,
attacking YouTube sponsors is generally like a negative thing to do,
or abusing copyright.
YouTubers who abuse built-in support systems to silence creators who are critical of them are the worst of the worst.
And defending free speech.
No fucking problem with anybody being a leftist, as long as you don't try to infringe upon my free speech.
Once he was recognized by the Kleins themselves, that was the moment he knew he had to become the #1 Ethan Klein ball washer. Nicholas's system for lying is step 1, neglect. He'll neglect to cover things that make Ethan Klein look bad. What's that? Ethan Klein striked a subreddit? We'll just pretend that it didn't happen. If anyone ever brings it up, just tell them that your principles doesn't force you to cover anything. What's that? Ethan Klein used Michaela Rain's self-deletion to defend himself from criticism? Golly gee willikers, that's a really messed up thing to do. Nicholas DeOrio will just sing that's a bad thing people do, acting like a whole bunch of people do it, even though it was just Ethan Klein. He'll condemn the action, just not the person who's doing it. Eventually, people start noticing a pattern with Nicholas's, well, lack of coverage of Ethan Klein. So he moves on to step 2, ignorance. Nick will say that he's waiting for more information to come out, that he hasn't looked into things deep enough. So yeah, his argument is literally, "Aw geez, I haven't really done my research, but I'm still gonna talk about this drama." Nick still said he was waiting for a breakdown video about Ethan Klein's war on H3 Snark. 7 months later, he made a video on Paige Christie, and said he was still waiting for a breakdown video about it, even though her video was a breakdown video about it. If you want more information about the Paige Christie stuff, I recommend checking out Kuimon's video about it. It's really well done. But to summarize things as best I can, Nick only covered a very small portion of this video. When he realized what it was about, he knew he had to address things properly, so he quickly switched to something else because he's a pussy. Nick isn't trying to cover the story, he's just waiting for it to go away.
And I found out the update of the H3 Snark Reddit, as well as the lawsuits and legal documents and all of that kind of stuff. I reached out to Nicholas DeOrio to let him know about it. As you can see on the screen, this is exactly what I said to Nicholas DeOrio.
Hey DeOrio, just leaving you a tip. Ethan Klein has been abusing the copyright system despite his history of fighting for fair use. And so this is the post that we just read that lays out the exact durations of the clips and what was struck and when. If he's striking down posts that are here, watch this mirror, and don't give Ethan views, then that's based on best practices, says Nick. No, he's not. I'd say that would be fair also, but that's not what he's doing. We're talking clips that are 20 seconds or 1 minute, not exactly intended to rip off a 3-hour plus podcast. Clear as day, Paige Christie tells him this in January of 2025, and he sits there, he knows about it, and he sweeps the whole fucking time regardless. For someone he knows is a DMCA abuser, he has been handed the information on a silver platter straight to his DMs, engaged with it, had the Reddit post right there. He knows. DeOrio swept for DMCA abuse.
Remember the start of this video and the end of my last video, how Nicholas DeOrio totally accidentally skipped a section of Ethan Klein's video. A section where Ethan Klein made the claim that Noah Samson was making it look like he was doing a Nazi salute in his thumbnail, even though it's obvious to everyone that that image is taken from Ethan Klein's own thumbnail on Hassan Piker. If Nicholas DeOrio did this once or twice, that would be one thing, but we have multiple examples of him doing this. One thing that is extremely important to note is that Nick is a live streamer, meaning that if you want to catch him in an inconsistency, you have to watch hours upon hours of his content to catch it. This is exactly why so many drama channels switch to streaming content. You have to watch 4 hours of content just to catch them in one lie, and if you call them out for that lie, they'll just stream about the quartering getting cancelled. You lied about this. Yeah, but that was so last week. Drama streamers are kind of like Dragon type from Pokemon. They're not really weak to anything except for their own kind. And luckily, drama streamers like Chud Logic, Kuimon, and others all started noticing some patterns in Nicholas DeOrio's behavior. Step 3 of Nick's lying tactics is contingency. As soon as Chud just got a little bit suspicious of Nick, he quickly cut him off. Nick would go on to make nothing criticisms about Ethan Klein, saying things like, yeah, if he was doing that bad thing, that would be kind of bad or kind of cringy. For example, him saying that if Ethan was really suing Ian, that would be pretty bad. He says this so if anyone ever says you're not criticizing Ethan Klein, he can just point to this clip and say, nuh-uh, I did criticize him. He also loves to use whataboutisms. When people bring up legitimately good points against Ethan Klein, he'll say things like, yeah, but your friend did this bad thing as well. Yeah, a lot of people in the Hassan Piker orbit are completely inconsistent, but so is Nicholas. Then Nicholas will proceed to downplay the criticism people have for him as it just being about him covering Ethan Klein too much. Not gonna lie, this is such a woman moment. He's doing that thing your ex did where you have a long list of reasons to be upset with her, but she tries to gaslight you saying that you're upset over something small that no one would be upset over. The final step of Nicholas DeOrio lying tactics is to start cutting off everyone. He tried to cancel Chud, he blocked Kuimon. He's been ignoring my videos and he's probably blocked me by now. He even blocked Bo Blacks, and hid his name from his chat. You see, not only did I like the Kilo video, but a lot of other people did as well, including Bo Blacks. He's been using it to make fun of Nicholas DeOrio, and wouldn't you know it, Nicholas stopped talking about the guy. I said in my last video that all you have to do to get Nick to stop talking about you is just to fight back against him a little bit. It seems that Bo Black saw that video of mine and took my advice, and it absolutely worked because Nicholas shut the fuck up fast. Bro is 100% a glass cannon. He can dish it out, but he can't take it, even though the hits he's getting are so much weaker. Getting blocked by Nicholas DeOrio is a fucking meme. He blocks so many people that it makes Steve Shives blush. Nick is 100% scared of my dead channel. On my last 2 videos, a few of Nick's fans commented, "Oh, wait till Nick covers this video of yours. He's gonna rip you a new vagina."
Oh no, I'm shaking in my boots.
Nick is not going to cover any of my videos on him. He's just going to ignore them, just like he's been doing with, well, a bunch of videos that have been made on him recently. Come on, Nick, hit me. And Nick could actually use me hating on him to get out of the trouble he's currently in. But he's too scared of conflict to take an easy win against me. All because there's a small possibility that he might lose. Nick only got as far as he did in the drama community by using other people. He orbited around Tommy C, Killer Keemstar, Destiny, and now Ethan Klein. He always had people to back him up, like Turkey Tom, Augie RFC, Chud Logic, Bo Blacks, Tipster, and more. Anytime Nick gets into conflict with someone who's actually fighting back, he doesn't do so well. That's because from the very beginning, Nick has always been just a little bitch who acted like the tough guy. But much like Light Yagami at the end of Death Note, it finally hit him that he's on his own. All of his friends are gone, and it's time for the Shinigami to write his name in the notebook. Before we end this video off, I just want to say that a lot of people have asked me to do a collaboration with Chud Logic. Bro even reached out to me on Discord, and he was able to do this because I'm not like Nicholas DeOrio. I don't block people just because they made a few videos on me. Of course, I responded with an image that can be translated as anything.
Taylor Swift pumping her hands in the air? What does it mean when
you're lame?
I'm glad a lot of you have been enjoying my Nicholas DeOrio videos, but next time we will not be going over him. Instead, we're gonna talk about one of Nicholas DeOrio's biggest sweepers. So get excited for some more Jar Tent.